You're listening to the Geekly Chronicles, Series 5, Episode 7.
Thanks for listening back to the Geekly Chronicles.
This show was recorded on the 23rd of December 2016.
This version of the show isn't quite the same as the one that went out live, as we've had to edit out all of the songs.
It's nothing personal. We're just big fans of making sure artists get paid for the great things they create.
If you want to listen back to the show in its full musical glory, head over to our Mixcloud channel, where you'll find every episode of the Geekly Chronicles as it was meant to be heard.
Ooh.
That's mixcloud.com/GKLYCO.
Thanks again for listening.
Hello!
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 Hello! Hello! Hello, 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 and welcome to a very festive, seasonal, wintry, frosty, temperate thermometer meet kitchen. I should really stop reading the thesaurus.
Yes, indeed you should. Well, it's the week in which scientists from Bristol, big up, figured out how to charge phones with the power of P.
Ew.
Oh, yeah.
Also the week
I come
where...
from a classy city.
Ah, lovely. The week where millions of children have written letters to Santa, but one has asked for nothing more than a ham.
A ham.
Fantastic.
Well, a woman from Alabama named Erin received a secret Santa gift from Snoop Dogg himself.
Oh, that's
Wow.
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But in all of those weeks, it's the Geekly Chronicles.
Indeed. Time to insert episode 7 into your ear holes and then cover them in marzipan and tinsel.
It's worth noting that you should probably seek medical advice from an actual medical professional before putting tinsel or marzipan in your ears.
I mean, I just wouldn't do that,
No.
personally. But, yeah.
Yeah. On this week's show, we are taking a look at alternative festivities by celebrating the 20th anniversary of Festivus,
Yeah.
talking about Christmas singles and looking ahead to some exciting stuff happening in the new year.
And exciting it very much is. But as well as the seasonal shenanigans, we have all of our usual features like the winning words competition, Would You Fund It, and a special Christmassy Game of Geeks.
I'm quite looking forward to that. Hopefully
Yes.
I'll win this one.
I can reveal one thing about Game of Geeks right now. That's all you're getting.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
Okay. We'll also be joined by special guest Ian Causey from parliamentary rock band MP4. You heard that right, parliamentary rock. To talk about the Joe Cox Foundation and their efforts to raise awareness of the fantastic charity organisation set up earlier this year.
If that doesn't jingle your bells, I don't know what will.
As always, we will be playing your requests. Get them in via our chat room. You can find it on the Geekly website at gkly.co or tweet them to us at gklyco.
Oh.
Yes. Hey, Catherine, have you heard?
Heard?
You mean you haven't heard?
Heard what?
I was under the impression that everyone had heard.
Oh, I know what's coming. And let me stop you right here.
Whoa, word. Oh, word.
Okay.
Time for a winning word then, is it?
I've just remembered that this is being recorded. Yes, it is.
Right.
That's what's happening now.
Well, if you don't already know, this is where we give you a word to listen out for. Then, when you hear that word spoken by any of the presenters during the rest of the show, well, yes, you'll need to listen carefully.
You need to listen carefully. But as soon as you hear it, you can call in and claim your prize. Kez, why don't you hit the buttons and let our listeners know what the word is?
This week's winning word is midichlorians.
Yes.
Well, as soon as you hear the word, be the first to give us a call and win all the stuff.
All the stuff. And now, the terms and conditions you've all been waiting for.
If you hear the winning word, give us a call in the UK on 020 3389 6245 or in the US on 415 287 9705. You might just win something. Calls cost the standard geographic rate from mobiles and BT landlines. Other networks may vary and international calls will cost significantly more. Lines close at the end of the show. Please do not try to enter if you are listening back to the podcast as the competition has closed, but you may still be charged. For full terms or to find another regional number, visit gkly.co/win.
But with that in mind, it's now time for our regular foray into fictional crowdfunding.
Indeed. It must be my turn to pitch this time.
I believe it is. I've even got a little button here that says it here.
Watch out, world. It's Catherine's turn to pitch this week.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, there we go.
So what have you got for us this week, Catherine?
I think it's a little bit obvious, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, not obvious. I don't think people would guess what my Would You Fund It would be, but it's sort of, I don't know, it's a bit festive, I guess. So it's essentially a robot that wraps your Christmas presents, or presents any time of year, really.
What's like Eminem style will sit there and be like, hey, Mama, got this gift for you. It's me rapping, yo.
Yes.
Is that really the best rapping you could come up with?
I'm not a very good rapper.
No.
Of the RA or the WRA variety.
This is
shocking when it comes to rapping, I'm afraid.
WRA rap bot.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it just like, like you get those kiosks at shopping centres where people wrap your presents for you. It's basically just that.
It's sort of smarter than that. So it can
Oh my
have
God.
a conversation with
you.
you.
Things wrapping.
A little bit, yeah. So not only will it have a conversation with you to learn more about your family members and your friends in order to wrap the gifts kind of intelligently.
Wrap the gifts, yo!
Wrap those gifts.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah. Oh,
see
good
in the
heavens.
studio, but I'm doing all the hand gestures like
Yeah.
I'm some kind of...
It's quite upsetting.
I've never forget the
Yeah,
street,
just one
yo,
gold chain away from
from
rap
being
stardom.
even more of a prat than I
Yes.
currently am.
Yes.
But you can also tell the robot to kind of go online and look at people's social media profiles and things and try and figure out how
That's
it
creepy.
should wrap the gifts. Yeah. I mean,
It's
it's
a
not going to
bit
look
creepy,
at
not
anything
gonna
that
lie.
isn't public information. So is that really creepy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
Let's see how we think it would go.
All right, okay. My name's Robo-T. Bring your festive cheer. This only happens once a year. I'm a rapping robot. My lyrics are sick. And if you disagree, you're a bit of a...
Hey, you're not that kind of rapping robot.
Sorry, mistress.
Now, give me a status update.
I have boxed the gloves and hat that you've got your...
Grandmother.
and wrapped it in a laced patterned lilac paper, as that is her favourite colour. I have also placed a silver bow on it, as she had those at her wedding, and it reminds her fondly of...
John. Now, what about those games I got for my cousin?
I decided to wrap them both separately, as I know that your
Cousin.
likes to feel important by having twice the number of gifts as everyone else. I also placed them into larger boxes that will help inflate his ego.
Very good, Rapbot. Very good. I picked up this gift for Chris today. Could you add it to your list?
Please give me a few more details about
Chris,
what is their favourite colour.
various shades of red, really.
How do you know?
Chris, we sort of present this radio show together.
Is it a good radio show?
I think the verdict's still out on that one.
What is Chris's innermost desire?
I don't know, really. You're probably best to look at his Twitter for that kind of stuff.
Scanning, 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 scanning. I surmise that a red gradient wrapping with darker red ribbon and a card with expletives on it should be presented on a bed of confetti with large quantities of chocolate nearby.
That sounds perfect, actually.
Hey, how's the new robot working out?
Oh, it's going pretty well.
Are you...
Chris, quiet, Rapbot.
Yeah? Why?
Oh, no reason.
Do you prefer stripes or tartan?
Stripes, I guess. Why?
No
No reason.
reason. Wow, okay.
Interesting.
Pretty much
I mean,
what we said on the it's tin-like exterior.
That's what it said on the tin, yeah.
yeah.
So what, it'll connect with your social media accounts and basically figure out how to wrap gifts for people.
Yeah.
I can see the
Kind
the
of genius,
purpose,
really.
yeah.
I mean, terrifying and dystopian and all Orwellian. This is how George Orwell would have wrapped his Christmas present.
Yeah.
I suppose you could even give it control of your social media account so that it could, it could actually chat to your friends to figure it out.
I
That's
have
a
wrapped
scary
4
prospect.
gifts today.
I suppose eventually it would even buy and wrap the gifts. Maybe.
And
I
then
don't know.
it would deliver them, and then suddenly all personalization is gone from this equation.
Yes.
Where do I sign up to pre-order one of these?
Nowhere.
But right now it takes the stress out of wrapping your gifts.
I don't find wrapping gifts particularly stressful, though, do you?
Yes.
I think I love actually doing the wrapping up. I think it's quite fun, but I do sometimes think it's stressful when I haven't really got time. And it'd be great to just kind of, every time I bought something, just sort of shove it in the face of Wrapbot.
Well, that's
and
true.
And it would then appear under the tree, all neatly wrapped and labelled.
I mean, tomorrow's Christmas Eve, right?
Yeah.
I've done no wrapping. Is that a bad thing?
Yes and no.
I've wrapped the presents I've already given. Otherwise, they're all unwrapped.
Right, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's basically going to be after the show tonight. I'm going to be wrapping.
Yes.
And rapping. I'll be rapping about rapping. I'll be rapping.
Rapping squared.
Oh, yes. I like that. But anyway, if you would like to see Catherine's marvellous creation, shall we say, funded, then you can head to the website gkly.co/fundit and vote for whether you think this should be funded or not.
You can
Vote now at gkly.co/fundit.
Indeed, Hattie. You can also vote on our Twitter, where we have just tweeted a poll at GKLYCO.
Brilliant. We've got a ton of really exciting stuff coming up this show. We're going to be talking a lot more about stuff that you can win, the winning word that we announced earlier on in the show. But yeah, there's so much going on. I mean, we'll play a request now. It's just an exciting episode. It's Christmas Eve.
It is.
It's
the eve of Christmas Eve.
It is the eve of Christmas Eve. We're going to be celebrating a lot of stuff, including an alternative holiday festival that is actually today.
Yes, it is.
And celebrates its 20th anniversary.
It's rather exciting, really.
Merry Christmas from the Geekly Chronicles. It's like the Archbishop of Banterbury and a Bantosaurus Rex and a Bants baby, and it's like top, innit?
Don't forget as well, we've got our Would You Fund It on the go, and early indications for the Wrapbot are looking positive.
Ooh,
so
exciting.
continue voting at gkly.co/fundit, and also don't forget to be listening out for the winning word, which, as a reminder, now this does not count because it is Hattie saying it, just so we know.
This week's winning word is midichlorians.
So listen out for that word at some point. And when you hear it, give us a call. The number is on our website, so you can check the terms and conditions and, the number to actually phone then. But don't call now. That was just the jingle.
Hattie doesn't count. It's only if one of us human, actual, real life in the studio people
says that
say
word.
It.
Yeah.
Not that, Hattie's not human, but
when you hear
she's
it,
not here.
Call that number. We'll see that a call is inbound, and we will.
Yes, a light will come on, and we will see if
that light will come
anybody
on,
is
and
home.
someone will be home.
Yes.
we can hope. Yeah. So
you're really proud of something happening in Bristol.
I know it's not often that this happens.
Okay,
I've got to say, but and I'm not sure if it's the kind of thing I should be proud of. But
I think so.
Bristol Robotics Laboratory, working with the University of the West of England, has done some research into bacteria, and what they've come
Sounds
up with.
fascinating.
Yeah,
Sorry.
what they've come up with is a way of using special bacteria to extract electrical energy from urine. So they have invented a phone charging toilet.
A phone charging toilet.
Yeah. You pee and your phone is charged.
I mean, so do you have to pee constantly for like half an hour to charge your phone fully?
You see, I have no idea what the pee to charge ratio is
P
like.
to power ratio, yeah.
But
P to power ratio.
I mean, I think this is pretty genius.
I mean, I've kind of seen a picture on one of the articles of sort of the urinal with sort of a phone plug-in port near it. But I'm thinking, I'm not going to want to leave my phone in a public lavatory charging while I'm sort of sitting in the bar.
Maybe when you go out to shopping centres, you can get those cabinets that you lock your phone up into.
Oh,
Put one of them in between urinals.
Just excuse me, got to get my phone.
Yes, just sort of maybe move the urinals apart a little bit to avoid the sort of
The awkward
awkward
shoulder bump.
yes. Um,
And subsequent shoe splashage.
yes.
Shoes. Oh, what happened to you? I was charging my phone and it went everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh dear.
I feel like we've descended to a level.
So, has anyone pointed out that only in Bristol was this considered a really good idea?
Well, they have now.
I mean, if any Bristolians are listening to the show, please jump in the chat room and defend your city. City? Town? City?
It's a city.
Is it? Okay,
Yes.
fair enough. I'm not sure it deserves to be. But
I've had this discussion many times with many people who live in towns.
that's true. I mean, Reading is a town.
Yes.
And arguably is about 6 million times better than Bristol. So
I mean, I would be interested in, the maths you use.
we
to
don't
come
pee
up
on
with
our
that.
phones.
Well, I mean, we don't all pee on our. Well, if we're doing it correctly, we don't pee on our phones.
You don't.
Just
we don't.
sort of
we,
in the same
phones
room
and
as
urine
them.
don't mix here.
Well,
They don't need
maybe that's because you've not discovered.
I've never had a phone wee.
the joys of your.
I mean,
using your own.
I've
wee
spoken
power
to people on the phone whilst on the toilet, but then everyone does that.
I've never done that.
Like I've never accepted a phone. Okay, maybe once or twice I've accepted a phone call, but I've normally gone, "Excuse me, I'm sat on the loo. I'll call you back."
I have never had a phone call and a toilet visit coincide.
But I text all the time from the
Yeah, I
toilet.
do a lot of texting, WhatsApping, tweeting.
Yeah.
Catch up on that admin.
Yeah, I mean, Twitter rhymes with that word for toilet that we can't say on air.
That very nearly worked as a joke, didn't it?
So,
Those darn regulations.
but it's a squat and surf. That's what they call it, right? Squat and surf. That's what I do on my phone.
I'm the one from the city where they invented a way to charge your phone with your own urine, and I'm grossed out right now.
Well,
How do you think we feel?
I suppose that I'm just looking at this article. The scientists believe the technology has the future potential to be installed in domestic bathrooms. So I suppose that's better, isn't it? I mean, that just makes it like charging your electric toothbrush or, a razor or something, doesn't it?
I don't charge my electric toothbrush by peeing on it.
Although that would be quite
No,
clever.
but I suppose
if,
it would just be another port on the wall.
Yeah, if
or
you
a
could
place
All
to
in
stand
all,
your
it's
phone.
just another port on the wall.
imagine that
Yeah.
though, like if you had a shaver socket entirely powered by the toilet, that would be
That would
pretty
be
magical.
very cool.
and very
Yeah.
you'd have a sustainable bathroom.
one of my
My
goals in
toilet
life.
my bathroom is carbon neutral.
Yeah. I don't understand what problem you have with this. I think this is very clever.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think once you get over the initial ick factor, it's actually quite good.
Yeah.
And ultimately very environmentally friendly, which is not a bad thing.
And a lot of new phones these days tend to be waterproof as it is. So, if there is any splashage, you can just rinse it off.
Yeah, which is far better than the alternative of if I'm sat on the toilet WhatsApping. Hi, anyone that's listening that I've ever spoken to on my phone or tweeted at, it was probably while I was taking a number 2.
I'm a little bit... I mean...
I only reply
What are
to
we
messages
even
from
talking
you while
about?
I'm on the toilet. I save them up. It's like stress
good.
relief. Stress relief.
So
how
you
much-
can only face messages.
Yeah.
from
How
us
much
when,
pre-production for this show have you done?
Need to reply to Chris. There we go. I'm in the mood.
Must eat lots of fibre.
Remember when I said I felt like we'd descended to a level? We have now
Past
descended
that.
far
There's
beyond.
rock bottom.
50
Then we
feet
furrow
of-
down
Yeah.
a bit further, and then
Then
there's
that's
us.
Well, let's move on to slightly lighter subjects then. I mentioned at the start of the show that of all of the Christmas letters that people have been writing to Santa this year to ask for gifts, a girl has asked for a ham.
Ham.
Yeah, and not like sliced ham. We're talking about a big joint of ham.
Do you think she wants like the raw ham, or do you think she wants
Probably
it
cooked.
like all like cooked and?
Well, I've got
Christmased up.
I've got the letter in front of me. It was tweeted out by Michelle Thomas on Twitter, and it said, "This morning, this is what my 10-year-old daughter handed to me. It's her Christmas list, and it has on it a ham, a pony, a pug, and a phone. But pony, pug, and phone all have little stars next to them, and down at the bottom, she's drawn a line, and she's written very politely and plainly under the next star." However, I shall never get these, so mostly I just want a ham.
Aww.
So, ham for Christmas.
That's somebody that knows what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I admire the pragmatism in that that approach.
Shall I get you a ham for Christmas?
I haven't eaten meat for 8 years, so it would be.
But that's
a bit
not
of
a no. I can still get you a ham for Christmas.
I'm pointing out information that may assist you in making this decision.
Oh, I just want you to give me a list.
Would you like me to write a ham on it? Have you already bought a ham that you need to get rid of?
All I'm saying is that don't check your list twice.
Right.
Okay.
And only nice people get pork products.
Right. I'm awfully confused right now.
You heard it here first, folks.
Please
Only
don't-
nice people get pork.
Yeah. Please don't buy me a ham.
This is why bacon sandwiches are not for the evil ones.
Nope.
Okay. I'm very confused. I don't understand gift giving or meat or what else has been happening in the news.
I don't know what.
Really? Was it that bad? Was my my talking about a ham as a gift that terrible?
I am a little confused about how you wrap up a ham. Actually getting that in your Christmas stocking is going to be a bit kind of
It's tricky.
weird.
Yeah.
Is it going to be in some kind of Tupperware or wrapped in foil? It's going to be obvious immediately. This big, like, heavy meat joint,
Yeah.
possibly warm. I mean,
Is it a pug? Did you get me a pug? Did you get me a? Oh, it's a ham.
But I suppose if it's a pug, it would be wrigglier.
Not if it wasn't
No.
wriggling.
Okay, a tranquilized pug? That's really mean.
It is really mean.
Okay, just
It's
pets
terrible.
and Christmas.
But
No,
this
don't do
parent
it.
is getting their child a ham for Christmas. How is that not already mean? Well, I suppose the child asked.
The
for
child
it.
asked for a ham.
But the child asked for a pug. She didn't necessarily say not tranquilized.
God, this is really dark.
Oh,
It's Christmas. What better time is there for a bit of? Let's
Chris,
raise the mood, shall
can't
we?
you lighten the mood? What have you done this week?
Well, I have just noticed that Christmas Hippo has joined the chat room to bring ham to all
Yay.
and vegan ham for those who want it. And also, Catherine, the Christmas Hippo for you as requested.
Right.
Quite why we've got this Christmas hippo thing going on.
Yeah,
today,
I think we're all a bit.
we're
Christmased up.
Yeah, we're in the Christmas spirit.
We've all got
let's say.
tinsel on the brain. But in other news this week, Reddit Secret Santa has been happening, and somebody got matched with Snoop Dogg. I hear.
Well, who wouldn't? I mean, I suppose.
Well, I
Well,
suppose everyone other
everyone-
than this person.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's how
but
Secret Santa works.
everyone could get matched with Snoop Dogg.
Indeed.
Well, one person at least could get matched with Snoop Dogg.
Yes. So, if you're not familiar with the Reddit Secret Santa thing, users of reddit.com all sign up to swap presents with people around the world. And Snoop Dogg happens to be a Reddit user and signed up to be part of this gift exchange. And, got matched with someone,
Yeah, pretty
which is rather exciting. It's
sort
not.
of amazing. I think she realised when she got a message kind of from the Reddit admins rather than just the auto-generated kind of your present is on its way kind of message, that it might be something a little bit different.
Right. Okay. So I'm guessing Snoop Dogg's people
Well,
then
possibly.
then took care of it a bit.
But it's not the first time that this sort of thing has happened, rather excitingly. Bill Gates is often a participant in Reddit Secret Santa, and he's known for buying whoever he gets matched with some very elaborate things. I did hear as well that there was someone from a travel agent's in Japan, I believe, that signed up for the Reddit Secret Santa and gave the person they got matched with a free trip to Japan, which was rather special.
Well, that's really cool.
Wow. So is there kind of no limit? Because usually when you do Secret Santa, it's kind of, there's a budget, sort of £5 or £10 or something.
When you sign up, because I've done this before, when you sign up, it says generally people don't spend more than about $20. However, if you give people an instruction on the internet they will immediately do the opposite of what you have just told them.
Well, generally, yes.
So people spend a lot more than $20 on their Secret Santa presents sometimes. And
That happens.
if they've got the cash to splash, a la Snoop Dogg and Bill Gates, then why not?
Well, indeed, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's quite fun giving and imagining somebody being delighted with a gift. It's rather lovely.
Imagine someone being delighted.
Yes.
Yes, I often do that.
Got disappointing Christmas presents this year? Just imagine someone being delighted. See if you can get that Christmas spirit.
Well, indeed. I'm feeling Christmassy already.
Yes.
Just because of the songs we've got going on. I mean, we've had 3 Christmassy songs now. Get the requests coming in for songs on the chat room or on Twitter, because seriously, we would love to hear what other Christmassy songs you would like us to play. We would just like to play them.
We would indeed.
But
what?
other cool stuff has been happening in the world.
It has.
Definitely.
What's
has.
been going on with my voice all high like this?
Yes.
I don't know.
Didn't you
wasn't there
go
a new
to
film
the
get
cinema
released?
this week?
I did. And I saw a little film by the name of Rogue One.
What's that all about then?
Well, it is
Never heard of it.
it is a Star Wars story,
Never heard of it.
apparently.
What's Star Wars?
Well, it's this thing where a bunch of space rebels...
Oh, that's the Jar Jar Binks thing, isn't it? I
That's the
love Jar Jar
That's
Binks.
the one, yeah.
Said no one ever.
Indeed. He's pretty crucial to the plot of Rogue One, if you've not seen it yet. I am obviously lying, but so it's sort of a prequel to all of the Star Wars stuff that we know from like episode 4 onwards. So you know
So
how
like
the first
the
3 were like 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
It happens between the end of episode 3, the 6th film to be released, and before the start of
Episode
episode 4,
the
the
first
first
film.
film to be released.
So it's like episode 3.5.
Yeah, sort of. It explains
3B,
the whole
if you will.
yeah. It explains the whole thing where I mean, I'm going to give you a minor A New Hope spoiler, but that film has been out for 40 years, so I think we're okay on that front. When the Death Star is destroyed in A New Hope, Luke Skywalker has to fly into a very specific part of it and destroy it from the inside. Rogue One explains the whole how the Death Star came to be and why it's possible to fly into the little bit and destroy it all, and the background behind the people that made the Death Star.
I've always thought to myself, Death Star, the untold story.
Yeah.
Why don't we know more about the lives of the brave people that put together that horrifying death machine?
Well, that's the thing. Because are the people that put together the horrifying death machine actually evil, or are they just following orders? That's basically what the film is about.
Right. Fantastic. Now, one thing I want to know, if it
Tale
explains.
as old as time.
Now, we had... we've had the idea of Death Stars in Their Eyes by Christmas Hippo in the chat room.
I've watched that.
That's a show that I would watch, actually.
Christmas Hippo has also heard Rogue One described as possibly the biggest filling of a plot hole in cinema history.
Yes,
which
indeed.
is not untrue.
Now, in talking about fillers in plot holes, did the film explain the one annoyance from the prequel films, midichlorians?
I mean, I wasn't paying attention for the entire film, but
Too much popcorn.
yeah, the gist. I don't know. I can't remember if midichlorians came up. I'm going to be honest.
Okay, I mean, it's my biggest bugbear with Star Wars has been midichlorians, because it's like suddenly they throw it out there. They explain this thing for how you can get in touch with the Force. So obviously that means it's genetic and you can't learn it. But also,
There was someone in Rogue One who was like, the Force was his entire thing. Like he was, I think he was supposed to be.
Entire thing.
I think he was supposed to be
There are
blind
lots
or
of hand
visually
gestures
impaired or
going with
something,
this,
and
by the way.
and the Force was like with him, and he was one with the Force, and as a result, he could like kill all of the baddies.
Well, now I don't need to go and see the film, so
Great.
Thanks for that. But so they have the Force, but they don't have midichlorians. Explained in the thing.
Yeah, I don't. I did see the film, but I don't think I saw all the film. I feel like I know the gist, but which is good for a non-spoilery review, I suppose.
I've had this isn't even the
Okay.
chat room. My phone has just come alive with messages from people saying I still need to go and see the film. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
I'm not going to spoil anything for you.
These quality spoilers we're bringing in of I got the gist.
The big stuff I can hardly remember, but basically it plugs the plot hole in A New Hope.
The literal hole.
I remember I was in the cinema and I was wondering, because of the whole Star Wars, Disney, Marvel connection thing that's going on, I wonder if there's going to be a post-credit sequence. And then I was reminded that the post-credit sequence came out 39 years ago and it's called A New Hope. So there's not one of those if you are going to go see it. There's no need to wait to the end of the credits.
Thank you. That's most useful.
That's very good. So people in the chat room are talking about it as well. Apparently Christmas Hippo, again loving the name, has seen it twice and has most of it memorized.
Wow.
Also, we had someone in the chat room called Lightsaber who left. So that's a bit of a shame because that would have been cool. Not going to lie, would have been cool.
Chatting with an actual lightsaber.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
We've got a call coming through.
Have we really?
Have we really? Okay, so we are about to take this person live on the air through our lovely telephone system to see if they
Fingers
can
crossed.
correctly guess the winning word. So, hello, you are live on the Geekly Chronicles. Please do not swear. Hello. Can you hear us?
Yeah, yo.
Hello.
You,
Hello.
It worked.
you probably want to turn down or move away from the actual radio. There is
yeah.
a slight delay.
I can hear
In the
us.
world of
It's
broadcasting.
quite.
So, do you think you have got the winning word?
Midichlorians, isn't it?
It was midichlorians.
yes.
When did we say it?
You were talking about Rogue One, and you were like, yo, Death Star, innit?
I
we
do
were
remember.
like, yo,
that is,
Death Star.
That is
That's
exactly how I said it.
pretty
if memory
much
serves.
exactly our words, yeah.
The recording will reflect this.
Indeed. So, congratulations. You are our winning word winner for this week. That's probably the quickest winner that we've had.
Yes.
Well done.
Good.
Who are you?
I'm Caleb, innit?
Hello, Caleb Innit. It's quite an unusual name, but it's Christmas. We'll let it slide. Well, congratulations, Caleb. We'll get your details momentarily, and we will get your prizes over to you. Thank you for taking part in the winning word competition this week.
All right, good.
All right, there we go. Somebody has actually won the competition
Excellent.
moments after we mentioned the words a few times.
That was very quick. Well done, Caleb.
Yeah,
That was-
absolutely. So thank you very much for taking part.
And well, after the next song, we will be unveiling the new £5 thing. We've never had a winner come in before we've
we've announced
unveiled
the prize.
what the prizes are.
But we had a rollover prize from last time,
we
though, right?
did. So
Yes.
we've got the 70s dinner party book because we were speaking to Anna, who runs that account from last time on the last show that we did.
We also have the £5 thing from last time, which was
It was a rhubarb crumble Yankee candle.
Okay, I'm just going to want to eat the candle, so I'm quite glad we're giving it away. Otherwise, I'd have wax in my teeth.
That wouldn't be good.
Ugh.
But we've got a new £5 thing from Terence Eden's Five of Fun blog, and we will be revealing that very soon.
It's like a your mum joke, except your mum is lovely and we won't hear a word said against her.
Well, I'm super impressed that we had such an early winner on the winning words. That
Yes.
made me
That's what
happy.
That's what I'm talking about.
But now, we've got a prize to reveal.
Indeed. A friend of Geekly, Terence Eden, runs a blog about fun stuff for under a £5, and we have one of those things to add to the winning word prize bundle.
That's right. Every episode, we've been ordering something random from the fiverfun.tumblr.com blog, and we have absolutely no idea what it's going to be. So, it may be terrible, it may be brilliant, but we're going to open it up and see what we've got.
Yep. This is a rollover prize this week, so Caleb, be rest assured, we spent at least a tenner on these prizes.
Plus,
All right, so
however much Anna's book costs.
So I've got this in front of me.
It's a bag rather than a box.
Yeah, this
This
is
time.
changing it up.
What have we got here?
What is
It
it?
looks.
It's all kind of shrink
vacuum
wrapped and
packed.
squished.
I have literally no idea what this is. It's a vacuum packed something. It looks
I think
like
we
a
might
hat.
need to open up the vacuum pack.
It looks like it might be a hat.
Is it some
Yeah.
kind of hat with a bobble on it?
Some sort
Like
of.
a fleshy Santa hat?
Maybe. I don't have
This is
anything
the vibe I'm getting. We need
sharp
scissors,
to get
I think.
into this. Yeah.
You've got teeth, right?
No,
Not
it's
the
not
work
gonna.
very
It's
well.
not.
That's
It
it,
won't get through that.
All right, go
It's,
on. See if you can get that open.
When I buy yarn, it comes in that stuff, and it's really.
Oh, it is. It's
Yeah, you really
horrible
need
stuff,
scissors
isn't
for
it?
that.
All right.
Maybe we'll have to get some scissors during
Hang
the
on.
next.
hang on.
I'm in.
We've got it.
I'm in.
He's in.
Pass it over.
There you go.
All right. It is.
Oh my goodness!
Oh yes. This is a hat in the shape of a turkey.
Nice.
Wow.
Ah yes. Oh, I'm infinitely jealous.
We'll
I
have
want
to
one.
express deliver this to
Indeed.
Caleb so that he can wear it
Wear
for
it for Christmas.
Christmas.
Indeed.
It's a hat turkey, 28 by 37 centimeter adult. Warning: keep away from fire.
Well,
Do not put your turkey hat in the oven.
Yes.
yes.
Do not think that because you are wearing this, you may cook, because
Yeah.
it is.
That's not a good idea.
Not a good
No,
idea.
Don't
it is
climb
not a
into
chef
ovens.
hat.
So, turkey hat. So the winning prize bundle for this week, going out to this week's winner, Caleb, is the turkey hat, the Yankee candle, the 70s cookbook, and, of course, a bundle of geekly merchandise that features a whole bunch of cool stuff.
Awesome.
I do like cool stuff.
Who doesn't like cool stuff?
Of course.
I know, but so it's very exciting, and we don't normally get to do. We don't normally get to announce new stuff on every show, but last week we got to announce the awesomeness that is
Our New Year show.
our New Year show,
Yep.
which we're very, very excited about. So Andrew Smith and Tom Gilliford from the Great British Bake Off, they've been on a bunch of other stuff. Andrew was on Christmas Kitchen the other day, and everything. So very exciting. They will be joining us as co-presenters in the studio on the 6th of January, where they'll be actually baking some stuff live on the show. We'll have some video of that going up live as it happens. There'll be loads of photos. It's going to be exceptionally exciting. And we've started to see the recipes from them come through.
Yeah.
They really are embracing the idea we had at the start of the series of cooking with bugs.
Yep.
So we are going to be in for, I think, a treat, possibly food
Maybe.
poisoning, maybe terror.
Yes.
No, I'm really looking forward to this. I think I wanted to sample bugs, but I kind of wanted to sample them done well.
Yeah. So if
So-
anyone is going to cook bugs that I feel comfortable eating, it's Andrew and Tom from the Great British Bake Off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I'm like, if anyone could probably make them look all right, I think it's them.
Yeah.
But we are excited, and we got to announce that last week. But we get to make another announcement this week. I'm so excited. Oh, we've got a kazoo in the
Yep,
studio
there you
for
go.
effect and everything. I was trying to think if I had an appropriate sound bite over here, but I don't.
No.
I thought I'd throw in a little kazoo. I've already used the Swanee whistle as a segue. But
So
Yeah.
not only do we have a fantastic New Year special, but this is the 5th series of the Geekly Chronicles, and this is episode 7.
So when we get to the end of the series on episode 10, we will have done
It's 10 times 5.
50 whole episodes.
50 episodes of the Geekly Chronicles. That's over 100 hours of content, because some of our shows have been longer special editions, and there's all the extra content that we put up online as well, the songs that we do, that kind of stuff. Over 100 hours of content since we started doing this show.
Whew.
That's 50 episodes since 2011. That's very cool.
That is very cool.
sorry, I've just
I'm a
caught
little
up
bit
with the
amazed.
maths here. I've been just doing calculating. Yeah.
Yep, the
Okay.
pencil is out.
So 50
the envelope
episodes
and
of the
everything.
Geekly Chronicles, and we had to think to ourselves, we should celebrate 50 episodes, but what
We should.
makes the Geekly Chronicles great? Is it me? Probably. But more than that, it's our listeners and our amazing guests. So, what are we doing?
Having a party.
We are
Having a party.
Yeah.
having a party.
All right. get the mates
What
round.
comes before part B?
No.
Okay.
So we are so excited to announce Geekly 50. We are hosting a party on Saturday the
4th of February.
Getting my date, looking at you to make sure I have my date right then. Saturday the 4th of February. So that is the day after the last episode of Series 5. We are hosting a party. It'll be in Reading, which is where our studios are based. It's not going to be in our studio. We couldn't fit that many of you in there.
It's only a small studio.
It is. It fits 3 of us and a bit of equipment, really. But we are going to be hosting a party, and all of you are invited.
All ears.
Many of our past guests from previous series of the Geekly Chronicles, going right back to Series 1 at the very beginning, will be invited and will be coming along to share the love and the support. But you could all come along to be a part of that as well. Tickets are free. There will be some nibbles there. It's a totally accessible venue, whether you're walking or wheeling or anything else. It's got gender-neutral toilets. We are totally open to everyone to come along to this.
Indeed, we are.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if
Rather
you've left
exciting.
anything out.
How can people get tickets?
How indeed can people get tickets?
People can head on over to our fancy schmancy website page at gkly.co/50. That's either the word or the number, because we've thought everything through.
Fancy.
Hey.
And that will whisk you on over to a magical Eventbrite sort of thing where you can register for a free ticket.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we said, tickets are free. It's suitable for under 18s, over 18s. So
We do need to kind of get you to say if you're under 18, just so we can
Yeah, there's
just
a-
kind
so
of give you
the
a
bar won't
wristband.
give you
and-
alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's kind of legal thing.
But we're open to everyone, is
Yep.
what we're saying. If you listen to the show, if you're a fan of the show, or if you want to bring a guest with you who you think would love the show, come along to our party. We are celebrating 50 episodes of the Geekly Chronicles. I can't wait. I really can't. It's going to be
pretty exciting.
so great to see all of our wonderful listeners and guests face to face. And yeah, we don't
Yeah.
get much of that in radio.
No, we don't. I mean, I often get told I have the face for radio, so take from that.
We all do. I think
what
that's
you will.
why. I
Yeah,
think that's
bring
why
a-
we do this.
Bring a strong stomach with you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, there'll be nibbles, but
prepared.
you may want to look at us first and get the
shock out
screens
the way.
out.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh my, that's what you look like. Yeah.
Seriously, I mean, it's right. It's really close to Reading train station as well. All
Very
the
get-toable.
details. Oh yeah, absolutely. So
The full details for the venue will be on the Eventbrite page very, very soon.
But it's so exciting. So please, I mean, if you want to come, but you kind of feel like you might not be able to, let us know as well. I mean, we've got someone in the chat room debating whether they can come from Colorado, USA. I say yes, you probably could. Let's
Bit of a ways to go, but
let's crowdfund that flight. Let's get it done.
make it happen. But yeah, let us know, and we'll try and include you in the party experience. We'll be tweeting stuff. We might be periscoping a few bits if Periscope still exists by the time we have this party.
We would have done it for the Vine, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
awkward.
but yeah, we'll try and include you wherever you are. But obviously, if you can come down to Reading.
So that is just such an exciting 2017 for us. I mean, we are starting the year with not a whimper but a bang. We've got Andrew and Tom in for episode 8 in 2 weeks' time. You're going to be
Episode
making
8.
some amazing stuff.
Wow.
And it really is only 2 weeks. We've got Christmas, New Year, and then we've got bugs in the studio.
We don't get long off.
and then 6 weeks'
This
time, end of the series, big party.
Yeah,
Amazing.
We are living
It's
it large in the
gonna be fun.
geekly side of things right now.
Good start to the new year. Start as we mean to go on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we will.
2017 is going to be amazing.
You heard it here first.
Is this the geekly equivalent of it's going to be the best Christmas Wolford's ever had?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be the best Christmas Wolford. This time next year, we'll be millionaires.
Yeah.
Telling you.
I can guarantee that the Queen Vic will not burn down on the Geekly Chronicles.
This is very true. This is very, very true. All right. Well, that's very exciting. Again, please head to gkly.co/50. However way you want to put that in, you'll get there.
Yes.
For details of this party, and we can't wait honestly can't wait to see you there.
It's quite exciting. I've been calling it Geekly 5.0 all day just because of the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, really, this is great. We could have got those sound clips, but no, we've got you two here to do it for us. Well done.
Hang
Get
on.
the kazoo out. That's quite enough of that. That's quite enough.
In the wake of the tragic loss of the MP Jo Cox this year, a group of people have come together and released a charity single in memory of her, which is quite lovely. And we're joined on the line by Ian Causey from parliamentary rock band MP4. Hi, Ian.
Hello.
How are you doing this evening?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Getting ready for Christmas and all the rest, but it's an exciting time of the year.
Well, tell us a little bit about who you are. What is MP4 other than a file format?
Exactly. Well, we're a band that formed a few years ago now. All members of Parliament at the time. Pete Wishart was a Scottish National Party MP for Perth and North Perthshire, and he got elected, I think, back in 2001. And he came with some very serious rock pedigree. He was a keyboard player in Runrig, a huge band in Scotland and indeed across Europe. And before that, he'd been in a band called Big Country, who'd also been a very big band back in the 80s. So he was very keen to get some music going in Parliament, and he knew I'd been a professional musician as well. And so we got chatting about it, and we were talking about we thought we'd easily get a guitarist, because any group of people, there's always somebody who thinks they can play guitar at least. But we'd struggle to get a drummer. And I actually said that to Pete. I said, I've no idea who would get us the drummer. And actually, just as we were having that conversation, fate took a hand, and Greg Knight, the Tory MP for East Yorkshire, was walking behind us and heard the conversation and said, if you need a drummer, I'm your man. So we formed the band. We were going to be MP3, but then Kevin Brennan, a Labour MP for Cardiff West, he heard about the band, and he basically begged and pleaded and cried and moaned, excuse me, until we agreed to have him in the band.
Oh, brilliant. So what would you kind of say your style is? Are you parliamentary rock, or are you a bit more eclectic?
Well, one thing we definitely know is that we are the world's only parliamentary rock band, so that ipso facto makes us the best one. But our style is, I would say it's kind of guitar-based rock songs, so we like doing stuff. We cover a whole range of eras, so we do songs by Adele, but we also do songs by the Beatles. People who are a little more unkind would say we're classic dad rock. So I suppose just you pays your money and takes your choice there. But we like doing sort of upbeat rocky stuff, and with Pete in the band and me on bass, our backgrounds are very much that style. So it was always going to be that way. But it seems to work, and people like it.
So, is it difficult being from different political parties? I mean, most people we know, would find it difficult not to kind of tear into each other over their political beliefs. Yet, you managed to seem to have a harmonious band.
Well, the thing is that so there are four of us, and we cover three political parties. Kevin and I are Labour, and Pete's SNP, and Greg is Conservative. The only political arguments in the band are between me and Kev, because we're both Labour, so we've got to row all the time, otherwise we wouldn't be fulfilling the responsibility of being in the party.
Yes.
But other than that, no, we don't. And I suppose the simple truth is that it's the day job, the politics, especially for the other three. I'm no longer a member of Parliament, but for the other three, it's the day job. So when we get together in the evening to do some rehearsing and maybe to play a gig, then actually it's kind of like anything else, isn't it? If you just have a long, hard day in the office, when you go out with somebody, the last thing you want to do is just to talk about what you've just done. So actually we find it almost therapeutic when we get away. Look, it's like any workplace to a certain extent, I suppose, and that is that if one of the band is getting some stick for something that is in the newspapers or whatever, or maybe their party is, then you're not going to get away from the others pulling people's legs and having a laugh about it. That just goes with the territory. But we never have any serious arguments. There's all day to do that.
So talk to us a bit about the Christmas single and what it's in aid of.
Well, okay, the Christmas single, we were in the studio early in the year recording some tracks anyway, because we've had a couple of recordings out in the past, and we thought it was a good time to do a third one. And so we were recording anyway, and we have a fantastic record producer in Robin Miller. Robin's produced like absolutely everybody. He did Sade's Smooth Operator Refrigerator and all those kinds of stuff, and Fine Young Cannibals, and many. I think he's had a hand in 170 chart singles over his career.
Wow.
And he's been producing us. And he always had this idea about doing the Rolling Stones song, and you can't always get what you want. And we recorded a backing track for that. But when we played it back, we thought it would be fantastic to get a choir in. Now, there is a parliamentary choir, so we thought that would be quite nice as well to have MP4 and the parliamentary choir on the same track. And that's really where it began. But once we started thinking about it more, and then, of course, there was all of this news around the tragic death of Joe Cox, and then the formation of the foundation to keep her memory going. But we thought there was an obvious link to do that. And then Robin, with his connections in the music industry, said, well, I reckon I can get some guest vocalists to appear as well. And so we have. And so what we've got now is we've got Ricky Wilson at the Kaiser Chiefs, David Gray, Katie Tunstall, and also Steve Harley used to be in Cockney Rebel, which was a band that were very popular back in the day. And they're doing all the lead vocals. And so it was something that came together really well, and it's been a big success so far.
Wonderful cause, and a great story of how it all kind of came together from the beginning. Who do you think are your sort of biggest competition for the Christmas number one spot?
Well, I haven't particularly been following it all that closely, if I'm honest. But I mean, I think we all know every year that the biggest one is always going to be the X Factor, and that's around. But there are other songs around as well. I saw one on the television yesterday, which I think it sounded to me like it was a load of firefighters singing about chip pan fires or something. So there's always some novelty stuff kicking around as well. You know, I mean, for us, it was never really about whether we got to be Christmas number one or not, although obviously the better it does, the more exciting that is. What we wanted to come out of this was to both raise awareness that the Joe Cox Foundation now exists, and therefore the work she was most interested in will continue whilst the public support it, and then also to raise money, because the great thing about the single is that everybody's done it for free. So all the performers were free, all the production people were free, the record company did it for free, and we even got to this state where Mick Jagger and Keith Richards agreed to waive their royalties on the song, which after all they created.
Oh, wow.
And that was a marvellous thing, because of course, much to our horror during the year, we'd recorded this track, had all these ideas for it, and then Donald Trump started using it as his presidential campaign theme, much to the annoyance of the Rolling Stones, who wrote to complain and wanted it withdrawn, although it never was. So to actually get the support and backing of Mick Jagger and Keith Richards of the single was fantastic, and we're very proud of that. But we're realistic. I mean, we know, and we obviously know how sales are going. This is not a Christmas number one, but what it is going to do, it's been top 10 in iTunes, it's been top 3 in the independent charts. It's already raised £40,000 for the Joe Cox Foundation, and it doesn't finish now just because it's Christmas. It's still out there, it's still available, and if people buy it, it continues to raise money and awareness of the Joe Cox Foundation.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Congratulations on raising all that money so far. That's amazing. And we can only hope that continues, because it is a really fantastic cause, and I think it's a really powerful message that people from across the political spectrum that work in politics in the UK have come together to make that happen, as well as a few celebrity names there. And I mean, for all I know, Katie Tunstall could be planning on becoming a member of Parliament. I've no idea, really.
Well, it'd be great if she did. She was certainly very impressive on the day.
Yes, and it's very interesting to hear that you were able to get the rights to the song as well. I suppose it's almost like Mick Jagger was saying to you, "You're not Donald Trump, and I'm okay with that."
Yes, I think there's definitely that, and also, I mean, look, people make their own choices about all politicians, but I think and I suppose in an election campaign, if any one side uses your track, people perhaps think they're being dragged into one camp. But the great thing about the Friends of Joe Cox single is that you didn't have to be in one camp. The camp was Joe, and everybody's in that camp anyway. So it's a comfortable place for people to be, enable lots of people to come forward. And, as well as the parliamentary choir, I should say that there were at least 25 members of Parliament who came along to sing as well. What we had to do is we had to sort of strategically place them across all of the choir so that you couldn't necessarily hear them all. But nevertheless, the fact that they gave their day to be part of the project, I think, again, shows that people really did want to do something that would make a mark and people would always remember was done this year to commemorate Joe's death. And I think whatever happens, that goal has been achieved.
And what a positive thing to do towards the end of a year that I think people are maybe struggling to find a little bit of hope in.
And I should also say, by the way, that actually, and big thanks to Robin again, our producer here, it's a really good version. I mean, it's really well produced, and there are some fantastic performances in it. So it's not even just a cheesy Christmassy thing for a good cause. I mean, if it had nothing to do with charity, it's a good track in its own right.
We'll give the listeners a chance to judge that for themselves shortly, and certainly encourage everyone to go and purchase that on iTunes or Amazon or whatever your preferred method of getting songs these days are. Can you buy physical CDs anymore? Can you get it on a physical CD?
You can. I mean, it won't be available in the shops, but there's a site called Pledge Music, and if you go to Pledge Music, which I think is pledgemusic.co.uk, or just type in Pledge Music, Friends of Joe Cox, it comes up there, and you can order online there, and you will get the physical CD.
I don't think most people have a CD player anymore, but
it's a nice thing to have, nonetheless. Yeah.
I've still got a record player. I'm all about vintage. Last but not least, you've obviously done this single, but one of the other big projects that you work on as a band this year is that you've been the house band on Matt Ford's Unspun, which is on Dave, I believe. What's it like to be TV legends as well as parliamentary legends?
Well, I'm not sure I recognise that description, but it's been a fantastic experience. It was a great series to work on. We all know Matt of old anyway, so it was a very comfortable place to be working with somebody that we all know and like. It was good fun. I mean, it was difficult, I won't deny that, because it was recorded midweek right out at Elstree, which is a long way from the centre of London, and there are parliamentary commitments as well, so the diary juggling was a little bit difficult at times, but it was well worth it, because I think just anyway, television was looking for something new in the political satire stakes, and I think Matt's idea but Matt's been doing his political party stage show for quite a long time now, and I think Unspun really came out of that. And so the idea that he'd look at the weekly news, do a bit of stand-up, have an interview with a big name from politics, hopefully one that's in the news at the time, I think all of that was great anyway, but I think personally, I think it was a stroke of genius by Matt to have the idea that, like many chat shows, there'd be a house band, but to have a house band of politicians for a political show, I thought was an inspired choice, and it was great fun to make. And since then, we did last week we did a stage show version of it at the Leicester Square Theatre, where there was Matt at MP4, but as guests we had Ed Balls and Alistair Campbell. And that was completely sold out. So I think that hopefully shows that there is a desire for this, and we'll do more of these kind of things together going forward. I mean, I think, as Matt said afterwards, who would have thought ever there would be a show in the West End which, when it finished at the end of the night, there was a group of politicians playing music in the background, Alistair Campbell in a kilt playing the bagpipes, and Ed Balls dancing Gangnam Style across the stage. I mean, you can't pay money for that. What else could you pay money for?
Well, I think that is the changing face of politics right there.
Indeed.
Very sorry.
I think I could definitely say that everybody who was there will never forget it. But it's great, and we hope that we'll do more with that in the future, and it would be great. I mean, I think Unspun was a great show, and obviously it's up to other people, but it would be great if it came back.
Well, thank you so much for coming on this evening and joining us to chat about MP4 and about the single and the stuff that you've been up to. It's been a real pleasure having you on, and we'll be looking and checking in and seeing how the single goes and how much money gets raised. £40,000 already is fantastic. Just so good.
Yeah, thanks very much, and Merry Christmas to you and all your listeners.
Well, thank you very much, and a Merry Christmas to you too.
Okay, bye for now.
If you're a regular listener, you'll know it's time for the Geekly Chronicles. If you're an irregular listener, you need to eat more fibre.
Thank you very much, Ian.
That's the charity single from MP4, in support of the Joe Cox Foundation.
What a great song, and what an incredible lineup of people they've got on it as well.
Yeah, I love the idea of more celebrities becoming politicians. You could have Pink Floyd as education secretary. I hear is a big fan of education.
You know that Pink Floyd is just the name of the band, right?
Yeah, but there's like actually a person called Pink Floyd, right?
You do you think that there's like?
Yeah, it's a guy called Pink Floyd. I'm sure of it. That's like he's like the front man, like the lead singer, right?
Jeez.
No, Pink Floyd is the name of the band, and there are 5 people in it.
And one of them's called Pink Floyd.
No,
One of them's called Floyd.
No.
One of them's Pink.
No.
But Pink Floyd.
As far as I know, Pink and Floyd are taken from 2 blues musicians, I think.
Something like that.
Okay, well, there goes my plan for government. Thanks, Catherine, for dropping that truth bomb on me there.
Sorry. You do know that Ronald Stones isn't a person either, right?
Yeah, I know that one, thanks.
Fatboy Slim has a perfectly average BMI.
Look, all right. It was an easy mistake to make. I didn't have no education.
Oh, really?
Oh, don't try and use humour to get out of this. I thought Pink Floyd was a person.
No.
I can't. I mean, we've had a great show so far, announcing things like the party, but this has honestly made the show for me. Although I did quite like your idea, as you were saying in the interview, of Katie Tunstall being a politician. That'd be a heck of a surprise.
Suddenly MP. Come on.
Gee. Really?
Do you not like my humour this evening? Come on, I'm on fire. Don't set me on fire.
You thought Pink Floyd was one person.
Like
you're not going to come back from this.
Everyone makes a mistake every now and then.
Yes, it's just not most people's mistakes aren't indelibly recorded in the history of radio.
Look, so all right, I thought that Pink Floyd was a real person. Fair enough. You've shattered my illusion. There's a song called "Hole in My Shoe" by Neil from the Young Ones.
Right,
We're going back a long way here. My older brother, that song was like, "There's a hole in my shoe which is letting in water." My brother thought that there was actually a witch that lived in your shoe and would plague you if there was a hole in your shoe. It was the hole in your shoe witch. So people are some people are worse than me. Granted, they're related to me, so it's not a great example. But
well, on a slightly Christmassy note, I used to think that Jesus couldn't possibly be Jesus's name, and that people were kidding me, and his real name was Jesus because cheese was a thing.
Because Jesus is random, but cheese is real.
Yeah, so I was convinced that Jesus was Jesus.
I mean, personally, I love the nativity when it is made of cheese. And as
an edible cheese nativity.
A lot of my faith is very
goals.
much based in dairy products.
You people are weird.
Anyway, that's a great song.
Little Jarlsberg, little Jarlsberg.
Drop the shovel and walk away from the hole.
In a gorgonzola. No brie for your bread.
Yes. Well, I mean, one of my favourite things about the Geekly
Lord cheeses.
One of my favourite things about the Geekly Chronicles is that it's loosely based on what we in radio like to call a format, and in an attempt to get us back to the format,
No, I think I'm just going to sit here and talk more about cheese.
Sorry, such a Scrooge.
Catherine, that's not the only Christmas number one you have found this year.
Well, Christmas number one contender. We don't have a Christmas
I mean,
number
I
one
don't.
yet.
Yeah.
So I discovered, this is the first year in sort of forever that I've even been aware of the kind of Christmas number one race, or what would you say, the sort of competition to be Christmas number one. And partly that's through the kind of the Joe Cox song, and also this song from the Everly Pregnant Brothers, which is just the most Yorkshire band I have ever heard of.
They're the ones with the Chip Pan song, right?
Yes, they are, as Ian mentioned in the interview. They have other such Yorkshire parodies as "No Oven, No Pie."
Brilliant.
Love it.
Which is just, and "Losing My Best Pigeon."
Love it.
If you want to check them out, they are amazing. If you find the video to that as well, there's they filmed it in kind of a fire station, And one of the firemen, kind of on the ukulele, gets really into it. It's funny.
Christmas Hippo in the chat room says, these guys are to Yorkshire what the Wurzels are to Somerset. And yes.
Yep, Pink
makes
Fuzzy
sense.
Sheep also seems to appreciate the song. Funny and well done. It is.
Aw.
I thought it was
agree.
great. I think the guy's got an amazing voice as well. It's
Yeah.
just like, actually, this is genuinely good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like that. It wasn't like it was just some drunk guy singing. It was actually a pretty decent band that
Yes.
just happens to sing parody songs in a Yorkshire accent.
Oh, wonderful.
I love it. I'm still thinking about cheese.
Of course you are.
Sorry.
Cheese nativity.
Anyway,
Of course.
so we were thinking about Christmas singles, and obviously we've played the amazing charity single for the Joe Cox Foundation, which you should absolutely all go out and search for and buy. It's available on Spotify, so proceeds from those plays will go to the Joe Cox Foundation, but also you can buy it on iTunes and other music stores online. And apparently you can get a physical CD of it if, I don't know, you're 90 and really fancy a physical CD of something.
Or you just want the souvenir.
The clutter.
Or something that you can wrap up on Christmas morning.
Yes.
Yes, yeah,
You
because you
can't
can be
open
like,
an MP3
hey,
file.
yo, here's a CD, I got you.
Yeah.
Wrapping it up.
Uh-huh.
Still doing my Christmas wrapping.
Speaking of
I'll be doing
wrapping,
it
by
for the
the
next
way,
week.
don't forget to get your votes in for Would You Fund It at gkly.co/fundit.
Yeah, would
So
you
we can
fund
find
my wrapping robot?
Yes.
That's gift wrapping.
Yes. There's also a poll on Twitter if you want to vote over there.
Kind of
at
loses something without
GKLYC.
the hand gestures that I do, but you know,
Mm.
people in the world
A
outside
lot
of radio
of this
can't
show
see
does loses things without the hand gestures that you do in the studio.
that. Yep. La, 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 la,
Mainly
la,
the
la.
rude ones.
Yep.
Um,
But anyway, we were thinking about Christmas songs, and
As we were.
I've always wanted to release a Christmas single.
sure.
Oh.
I don't know what it is. It's just the idea has always appealed to me. But this year, 2016, has been so draining for everyone. Right?
Oh.
It's
Oh, yeah.
like you say 2016 to people, and for years to come, people will just go,
Yeah.
don't talk to... We get all Marvin the Paranoid Andrew.
Yeah.
Mhm.
2016, don't talk to me about 2016.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear about it. So I wrote a little song, or rewrote a little song, about the turning of the year, and it's my Christmas single this year. And I'm not releasing it because I don't want to go up against the likes of the amazing charity single from people like Joe Cox. But see if you can tell which song I rewrote.
Mhm.
I wanted it to be upbeat. I wanted it to be happy.
You're listening to, oh wait, what was it again? Oh, the Geekly Chronicles, and you'd get it in the end.
Yeah, so there you go. Put together a little song.
Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you, Kaz.
That's all right. It's like 2016's been awful, but you know what? Next year, we can do better.
We can. And we will.
But we are celebrating today. It's 20 years since a holiday called Festivus was invented.
Now, this is something I hadn't really heard of until you two started talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Seinfeld thing. I mean, I never really watched Seinfeld, but it's...
No,
excuse
that
me,
feels like it's a bit before my...
Well,
Comedy
1996, so
watching.
I was young. And 20 years ago, 1996, this episode aired where they did this holiday called Festivus. And the idea behind it is it's a festival for the rest of us. Festivus.
Oh, okay.
And it has certain traditions. You have an aluminium pole that is undecorated, the Festivus pole. You eat food that is in...
Is that kind of in place of a Christmas tree?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
meant to symbolise the frugality. You eat food that is only red, and if possible, eat it out of its original container.
Right, okay.
You have the airing of grievances, in which you talk about things that people have done that have annoyed you over the past 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then feats of strength, where you arm wrestle to see who is the best.
Oh.
And there are things called Festivus miracles. Anything completely predictable and mundane that happens on Festivus is a Festivus miracle.
Okay.
So the idea is it
So
kind of celebrates mediocrity.
So you mean if our game of Geek Buzzers work, it'll be a Festivus miracle?
Yes, indeed. Dare I say a Christmas one too. But but I've got some Festivus things here in the studio. So I have some red food for us to try.
Yay.
So here I've got.
Oh, do I hear spoons?
You hear spoons. I hear spoons too as I'm clinking them together. I take this bowl.
Okay.
It's full of red gloopy stuff.
Oh,
Be careful. Don't drop it on the equipment.
I'm being careful.
Here's a spoon.
Thank you.
So we're going to start off with this red soup, which is Angel Delight. So get yourself some of that going on.
Yeah, it's not really soupy anymore. It's kind of gone to delight consistency.
Oh, actually, it's quite tasty.
Mm.
Anyway, so I got some of that we can enjoy.
Mm. I usually have raspberry Angel Delight.
Oh, I can't stand raspberry. Sorry, it's the one of the few fruits I don't like.
But the strawberry's good.
Yep. But I've also got these things. So these are red peppers stuffed with cream cheese. So grab yourself one of those.
Ooh. Did I hear the word cheese?
Uh-huh.
What part of the nativity is this from? Oh, it's not.
The Festivus nativity.
Wrong.
Wrong holiday.
Wrong holiday.
But I've also got some red cheese here as well,
Mm.
which is apparently cheddar with chili and lime.
Ooh.
So I'm going to cut into that as well. We'll post some pics of our
Sorry,
little
listeners,
Festivus celebration
you're
here.
Me licking my fingers.
Well, just something to try out. So we've got peppers and cream cheese. I've got some chili cheddar here. We've got trying to cut this cheese.
Oh, is this chili cheddar going to be quite hot, do you think?
I've got no idea, but I'm going to try it with the Angel Delight. I'm going to
Those,
pile red on top of red.
Ooh.
See what we get.
Angel Delight with cheese.
There you go. Have a chunk. There's a chunk of cheddar.
Thank you.
There's beautiful
those,
red cheese here.
Those little stuffed peppers had a little kick.
Right, so now we dip the cheese in the Angel
Ooh.
Delight.
That cheese is a lovely texture.
Oh, beautiful.
Nice and crumbly.
Goes really well with the Angel Delight as well. In a post-apocalyptic kind of way.
I'm not doing that.
So next up, we've got to air some grievances.
I haven't prepared any.
Right, I am annoyed at you, Catherine.
At me.
What was that hippo song all about? Right, all of the great songs that we played this series, and you made us play the hippo song. Made us play the hippo song.
Sorry, I like silly things.
Yeah, well, you're a silly thing,
Yeah.
but that's why we love you. All right. Right, your turn to air a grievance.
I don't know.
Come up with something annoying.
Would you like to air a grievance?
I'm good at coming up with annoying things that I can do.
Chris, air a grievance.
Oh, I don't so much have the problem with Festivus is you have to air a grievance about someone else at the table, and I don't so much have a grievance with any of you lot as I do with something at the table, which is the various parts of our technology over the year that have failed us at the last minute.
Yeah, we've managed to pull off a surprising number of shows where the tech has just flat out not worked at the start.
Yes, you have no idea.
And we have literally fought fires in the studio.
Yes.
So curse you, equipment, although we love you really.
Nearly,
Please don't die. All that cheese
Seriously,
is lovely.
this cheese is amazing.
All
This
right,
is also
I'll
the first
air
time
some
I'm
more
ever having
grievances
my
then.
own
Chris, I'm
delight.
annoyed with you.
Oh, good heavens, why?
Because you bought all the really good Christmas jumpers online this year and didn't get me one.
Fair. I did.
Uh-huh.
I should point out to listeners, this is the first time I have ever had Angel Delight. And
What?
how do people eat this?
It's amazing.
This is just weird, sort of pink goo.
I know.
Ugh.
But pink goo.
It's the
That
best.
is exactly my problem with it.
Oh, I wonder how well Angel Delight will taste inside one of these stuffed peppers.
Oh, goodness me. This reminds me of when my best friend Vicky and I were teenagers and we would sit in the spare room in my house writing fan fiction and eating weird combinations of food, like dipping cookies in salsa.
That actually sounds like it'd be pretty good.
Yeah, like chocolate chip Maryland cookies.
Well,
Reasonable. Dweeb in the chat room points out that we do have a grievance for you, Kez, actually, as it turns out. The
Go on.
excessive pun usage. How could we forget?
but that's good.
Is it?
Yeah, I like puns.
Fine. My grievance with you is that you have poor taste.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, little appreciation of puns.
Yeah. But anyway, so this is Festivus. Scattermoon says the angels are not delighted.
No.
It's fine. I'll eat your angel delight. It's beautiful. And it goes well with cheese and peppers. I'm currently finding out.
Okay, I'm going to dip the cheese in the angel.
Yeah, don't trust me to sort your food out. So, coming up with the rest of the show, we've got Game of Geeks after the next song.
That's not good.
See, I quite liked it.
Don't do that, kids.
Don't mix cheese and angel delight, everyone.
Presenter versus presenter. Geek versus geek. It's a showdown of... Well, it's a showdown. It's Game of Geeks.
Yes, it is.
It is indeed time for Game of Geeks. I've been looking forward to this all
Sorry,
show.
I was licking the angel delight off my Die Hard Christmas jumper.
You've blobbed Angel Delight on
Wow.
yourself. Nicely done. So, in this week's Game of Geeks, it's going to be the usual format of I'm going to ask you pop culture questions. You're going to buzz in. You're going to get points based on the
I'm basically
clue
going
you
to sit
got it
ready.
on.
Eat me angel delight.
We know how this works. But in this episode, there will be a special Christmassy twist, which I will explain after the first 4 rounds. Anyway, to get this quiz underway, because we are rapidly running out of time, we need buzzers. So, Kez goes. And Catherine
Very
goes.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Fantastic.
Yay,
Both
it's
excellent die-hard quotes. So, wasting no time whatsoever, we begin with round 1. Fingers on buzzers for this film and TV show.
Okay.
Question number 1. This American teen noir mystery drama aired for 3 seasons from 2004 to 2007 and was then revived for a film in 2014.
Okay, all the ideas of things that were TV and film that I
Have
had
gone
have
from my
just
head.
gone.
Yep. Next clue.
Okay, following this series' cancellation, writer Rob Thomas launched a Kickstarter campaign to fund the film, which was successful.
How have I not heard about this? What is this?
Kez
My babysitter's a vampire.
is not the right answer, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Next
clue.
Is that even a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Question number 3. This series is set in the fictional town of Neptune, California, and stars Kristen Bell as the title character. I can tell you're drawing a blank,
I got
Catherine.
nothing.
Kez
Fargo.
is not the right answer, but I hardly need to tell you that. No, that was not the right
Fargo,
answer.
set in Neptune, California.
What is Fargo? I don't know.
I don't know, but I know it's not that.
The answer
Okay.
I was looking for there was Veronica Mars.
Sounds
Still
rubbish.
none the
Never heard of it.
wiser.
Moving swiftly on to round 2. This is a film, and it's sort of tangentially a Christmas film. Clue number 1. This 2013 film is the 3rd in a popular science fiction series and was directed by Shane Black. Kez
Mockingjay.
is the wrong answer, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Catherine seems to be drawing a
No,
blank,
yeah.
so we'll move on to question
Angel
number
Delight.
2. One of this film's main villains is portrayed by Ben Kingsley, as he has, and I quote, a voice which would disconcert a Western audience. Kez,
Iron Man.
give me a little bit more information.
Iron Man 3.
Is the right answer. Coming in.
The third
After 2
installment
clues.
is Iron Man 3.
I don't think I've seen Iron Man 3.
Oh, it's good.
That's what's written on the card. But coming in after 2 clues, you get 2 points.
Woohoo!
Next round. This is also a film. And clue number 1. This film is not generally considered a Christmas film, but is thought of as an unconventional Christmas film by some. Kez
Die Hard.
is the wrong answer, as it does not match with the rest of the clues in the sequence.
Yeah, but I've not read them.
Question number 2. The second in the series, this 1992 film stars Michael Keaton in the title role.
What?
Who?
Michael Keaton. Title role, 1992. Second in the
Is he
series.
related to Buster Keaton?
I have no information on my card
Buster
as to
Move.
that.
Next clue.
Next clue. Villains in this film are played by Christopher Walken, Danny DeVito, and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Catherine.
Oh, it's a Batman thing. Is it like Batman
Pick a verb.
something returns?
Is the right answer.
Oh my goodness.
Now, you've come in
One
at
measly
the-
little point.
You've come in with, on the last clue for 1 point. Would you like a bonus question, or would you like to stick with your point?
What does the bonus point get? What does the bonus question get?
You can double or nothing.
Yeah, let's double or nothing. Then I'll be drawing with cares.
All right. Pick one of these colours, which
The
are the colours
worst
from the
TV
original
series
Simon.
ever. Sorry, drawing with cares.
I would like the yellow question.
The yellow question. So, this one is an exciting question. I'm
dear.
going to list some Friends characters, and I'd like you to tell me which one appeared in the most episodes. Is it Mike, Phoebe's husband, Susan, Carol's partner, Charlie, Ross's ex from the museum, Janice, who needs no explanation, Emily, Ross's ex-wife, Ben, Ross's son, Judy, Ross and Monica's mum, Carol, Ross's ex-wife, or Richard, Monica's ex-boyfriend?
Oh.
This question is just for Catherine, I should point out.
Okay. I'm going for Mike, Phoebe's husband.
It's the wrong answer, I'm afraid. It was Judy. So I'm afraid you lose the gambled point.
Well,
That's the way the
I'm
cookie
still going to
crumbles.
say it was worth it.
Put your
Final
name
question.
down, flip it, and reverse it.
This is a musical.
Oh.
And this musical begins on Christmas Eve and ends on Christmas 1 year later.
Ho, ho, ho.
Kez?
Rent.
Is the right answer.
Hey!
That's the question when I told you in the office earlier I'd be very disappointed if you didn't get it.
Very true.
So well done. Now, since it's pretty much Christmas, I've added in a special Christmas game to the quiz this week. So it's time to play the game called Swanee Kazoo. In this game, you each
Okay.
get 2 Christmas songs, which the other 2 of us will attempt to recreate using the kazoo and Swanee whistle. Buzz in when you know the answer, and you will score a point for each one you get right.
Okay.
So, first off, it's going to be me on the kazoo and Catherine on the Swanee whistle, and this...
How on earth does this work? Do I just kind of blow
Blow
and
in
slide
there
the
and
thing
pull
up and
that.
down?
And
Okay.
we're going to...
Family show,
we're going to
Catherine.
recreate this song, Catherine.
Okay, yeah.
And Kez, buzz in when you know what it is.
Ho, ho, ho.
Santa Baby.
Is the right answer.
Yay.
Well done. You score a point. Catherine, it's your turn now. And this time, Kez gets the kazoo and I
Lovely.
will take the Swanee whistle. And this is the song we are going to recreate.
Okay.
All right? Got it?
Yep.
Here we go.
This kazoo is broken.
Don't know what it is, but it's hilarious. Okay, I got nothing.
Your arms around the world.
The answer
Time.
was Do They Know
Okay.
It's Christmas by Band-Aid. Which I think I did all right at on the
Just
Swanee
say your
whistle.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, that kazoo needs repair.
Needs a bit of a rewire.
This time, Catherine, you're on the
Definitely.
kazoo and I'll take the Swanee whistle, and we're going to recreate this song. Okay?
Okay.
You ready?
Go.
Okay,
Yeah,
this
you-
makes no noise.
Yeah,
You
you
have
don't
to
blow
hum.
into it.
You don't
have to
blow,
hum
you
into it.
hum.
I don't know where you are.
Chorus.
I like that helps me.
Oh, Christmas has come early. This is all the gift I need. I have no idea.
Well, the song that we were botching there was "I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day."
No, it wasn't.
It really wasn't.
Okay. This time, Kez takes the Swanee whistle, and I'm going to take the kazoo. And for Catherine, we're going to recreate this song. I'm going to start from the beginning, Kez. Okay.
All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Is the right answer.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. Well, at the end of that shambolic attempt at Christmas Game of Geeks, this week's winner, upsetting the trend,
hang on.
is...
I get to
Press that
I
button.
get to press the button and everything. That's pretty exciting.
This week's winner is... Kez!
Yay!
It's a Festivus miracle.
It is indeed. Oh. Thank you very much, everyone, for holding on through that Christmas twist. I think we should play that game more often.
People in the chat room are saying this is either the worst thing I've ever heard or the best thing. I think I agree with that.
Yeah.
We are my worst life experience or my best.
We're very, very close to the end of the show, but we've just got time to check back in with the results of Would You Fund It?
Yes.
And the results are the Ratbot is funded with 100% of the audience vote tonight.
What even?
So everyone likes the idea of a robot that knows literally when you are sleeping and knows when you are awake. Knows if you've been bad or good or posted nudes to Twitter.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
All
with
your
that,
naughty Snapchats.
it's pretty much all we've got time for this week.
Thank you for joining us for what has been a really amazing show this week. Thanks again to fantastic guest for just being amazing, really.
Yes, thank you, MP Ian ex-MP, because he lost his seat, Ian Causey, for joining us, but member of MP4. And
thanks to everyone who sent in requests, tweeted us, took part in the chat room tonight. We love you.
We'll be back for episode 8 in 2 weeks' time on the 6th of January with our special 3-hour-long show with Andrew and Tom.
Woohoo!
Yep, that's right. A 3-hour special. Amazing.
Yes, it's quite exciting.
I cannot wait.
I'm salivating at the thought, actually.
It's quite special. Well, from me, Chris.
From me, Kez.
And from me, Catherine.
It's goodbye.
It's goodbye.
Goodbye, and
Bye.
Merry Christmas, one and all.
Goodbye.
You've been listening to the Geekly Chronicles. Content was researched and vaguely fudged together by Chris, Catherine and Kez, who are also your hosts for this evening's show. The Geekly Chronicles is a Tiny Kettle production. Any reference to any persons or things living or dead was probably in error. What is reality anyway? Don't take the blue pill, live long and prosper, wear sunscreen.